So we see bond yields rising and equities rising at the same time. Before we would see the inverse. If bond yields went up, stocks seem to go down. That seems like to be a sign of a healthy economy. Why is it the small caps? Why is it they seem to not be taking off as many people expected?
I think the market right now is looking at this strong economy, and rates are moving up with the expectation that maybe because this economy is so strong that the Fed won't be cutting rates maybe as far as the market kind of had priced in initially. So we had seen over the last few months, we've really seen a broadening out. We had seen more of that value, the cyclical play. We've seen the small caps kind of really outperform. But now more recently, with all this strong economic data, which is obviously a good thing, it's pulling back a little because the benefits might not accrue as quickly into those smaller companies.
We're going to be talking about this a bit later in the show, but month to date, we've seen the dollar rise about 3%. Does that make you concerned about any parts of the market?
No, I mean, it's not, if we see the dollar move around, it is certainly something that we are tracking and looking at, wanting to make sure that we're appropriately allocated, between US, between international, and making sure that we have that diversification so that we're protected if we see any strong kind of currency moves in any direction.
A lot of people are worried about bond yields declining, and even though we've seen them rise, people are also talking a lot about dividend-paying stocks with the idea that equities won't have quite the same price action going forward. I want to ask you your view on dividend stocks, and I'm just going to show a couple dividend ETFs here. Not saying that your picks in any way, but one of them is the DIVO Amplify Enhanced Dividend ETF. The other one's the ProShares S&P 500 Dividend Aristocrat, the NOBL. Different ways to play dividends, but as you can see here, underperforming the market in general year to date. That last one, the XSHD, far underperforming. Do you see a big turnaround when it comes specifically to dividend-paying stocks, dividend-paying ETFs as we go forward, even though bond yields haven't declined as people thought they would?
I do think there's opportunity there. We've seen really tech and growth just drive the market so much, until the last few months. And the reality is that interest rates will be coming down. We will see rate cuts, and investors will be looking for other places to find yield. And dividend stocks are a great place for that. I mean, there's also still a lot of cash on the sidelines, $6 trillion in money market funds right now. And as yields decline, dividend stocks are a great place for some of that money to move into, just so investors can find some yield. So I do think there's opportunity there.
RaeAnn, so many people mention that money on the sideline, but it actually seems to continue to, well, not seems, it's actually growing throughout the year. The fact that so much of that money is remaining in money markets, people looking for safety, if and when it does come off the sideline, what sectors do you expect it to go into?
Yeah, I mean, right now we haven't seen yields move down that much, so you're still earning a lot. So it's going to take some time before we really see some of that move. I do think some of that will be going into the value. I mean, the economy's strong, so we'll see some going into cyclicals. We'll see some going into dividend-paying stocks, looking for the replacement yield. I do think some will go into bonds for more conservative investors. And some will find its way into big tech, because you look at some of those really big mega cap tech companies, you look at Apple, you look at Microsoft. I mean, with their fortress balance sheets, those are more like safe haven stocks. So you can make the argument for buying that as well. And obviously, if investors are buying into an index and just want broad S&P exposure, a lot is going to go into that mega cap tech segment as well.